Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Broadway Jets YouTube channel. You'll know me from Twitter as NYJ Mike. I'm joined as always by the master of receipts, NYJ Matt. And Matt, very sad news in the Jets community. Jets legend Nick Mangold passes away today unexpectedly, age 41. Got a notification around, I think it was like 11:30 this morning. Very sad. Guy that we grew up watching. You got your Revis Titans jersey from that era. I got, my Sanchez, my LT, those teams, man, like very, very sad. Seemed like an awesome dude, beloved in the community, and what the fuck?
And the Jets win a football game for him. Unbelievable. Yeah. And yeah, the news comes through, and you knew 2 weeks ago he posted that he was looking for a kidney transplant and that it got pretty serious. He thought he had more time. And then wife, 4 kids. He deserved 50, 60 more years. He deserved hundreds of more birthdays with his kids. And all we can do as Jet fans is rally around as a community, do whatever we can, for that family, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of outings, charities around his name. But just an unbelievable one-of-one guy. Forever Jet, which you don't see a lot in modern sports at all, where you stick with one team forever. And we grew up watching him, and just a pillar of our entire franchise. So
could be a Hall of Famer too. So sad. Won't even get to see or make a speech if he gets in. But
we were there. I believe it was a Bengals game in 2022 where Nick Mangold was added to the Ring of Honor, and got to hear him speak. Unbelievable, but just unbelievably sad. And when that news came through, like, the Jets are 6.5-point underdogs today. The Jets aren't primed to win this game on the road. And as corny as it sounds, I mean, winning for 74, the way they did with the offensive line just being fucking dominant, just was really, great to see the Jets win today.
Yeah, you said it, Matt. So the actual game, the Jets were down 15 points in the fourth quarter in Cincinnati. Defense kind of getting picked apart. Flacco and the Bengals run offense moving the ball really well against the Jets. And then, even in the first half, the Jets were moving the ball, but the second half converted, basically every single drive. And you said it, Matt, the offensive line was great. The Jets ran for 254 yards. They allowed 0 sacks. So, with a makeshift wide receiver core and some crazy comments from the owner of this and company came out and played really well. That was a really fun game.
Matt. Yeah, 39 points without your wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. It's unbelievable. And you give all the credit, and Mike, your microphone might be making static. Just perfect. Leave it like that.
Christ, dude.
The Justin Fields played the exact top end game that we signed him to do. Like, if his ceiling is throw for 230, 240, get 30 to 50 yards running, complete the downfield pass every once in a while, but run first with Breece Hall, Isaiah Davis. Very, very cool to see. The trick play at halftime, not to sound like LeBron when he pretends to know everything, but I looked at the people I was watching with. I go, you're 0-7. Probably time for a trick play at some point during this half. They end the game with Breece Hall to Mason Taylor, and a Mason Taylor great fucking catch. All that, like,
touchdown, right? Mason Taylor.
What happened?
That his first career touchdown.
I think there might have been a garbage time one. I'll say yes. After we're at all the home games, we have to leave when they're down 30.
That is his first touchdown.
And I should mention that we are on the road to 2,200 subscribers. Nice. If you got a minute, go hit subscribe. I was very close on hitting my Fields Tyler Johnson parlay touchdown. I had a great video ready if it hit. Breece Hall was right there for the taking. I didn't take him. But Mike, the one thing that you can knock, obviously, is defensively. For 3 quarters, you got no pressure on Joe Flacco. Finally started to ramp up towards the end of the game, and to ice it in the final drive, they got pressure. They played good defense. So although they gave up 38, and one time they had a short field when the Jets didn't get it on 4th down, they did
the defense
hold
was bad.
Their own.
Yeah, I mean, there were some plays. You said it too. They made the plays at the end of the game, but it's just too many times, like, we were tweeting about it during the game. The lack of complementary football, where like the last 2 weeks, you literally can't score. What did Jets score? 17 combined points and get sacked like 17 times, and you didn't score any touchdowns. And then you come out and you put up 39 today, but you need all 39. Like you can't just. So it's tough, But you're right. Good. I'm happy the pass rush came through at the end because it was very disappointing in the beginning of the game. Like you have all your guys out there. Quincy's back also. Obviously, you're missing Sauce, so it's hard to go 1-on-1 against these great receivers on the Bengals, but need a little bit more. And if you get more pressure, it'd be more difficult for Flacco. But they came through at the end.
Yeah.
You get the other team gets the ball with a minute and 30 seconds of down one. How many times does that team attempt a field goal?
Almost always against the Jets. And I think, Will McDonald had a sack. Jermaine on the final drive had a huge pressure leading to an incomplete pass.
Yep.
Malachi Moore missed a tackle. Also, I think should have helped on the A.Z. Thomas deep ball to Higgins that he got beat on.
He tried to jump the route, make a play.
If he threw it, it would have been a pick six if he threw that ball.
He also almost picked off the tip ball at the end of the game. Was that on the final drive? I think it was.
It was. Yeah. And I had Joe Flacco to throw a pick, so I wish he got it. And then
AZ almost had a pick.
Yep, you had Jamie Sherwood felt lost for most of the day, just running around the field.
Was he benched in the beginning of the game? People were tweeting about. I couldn't really tell.
I don't know, but I feel like Quincy. It took a minute for him to get back in the game. There's a few weird plays for him. Then he would come out and murder someone.
I thought Quincy played great because even the plays that he let up, like the Chase Brown touchdown, like he's on. It was
all over him.
Good defense. Like guy made a nice play. Maybe they ran a couple balls in his direction, but yeah, he looked explosive.
Yeah, and he had a play. I think it was the second play of the game. He was covering Jamar Chase in the slot, and I'm like, "What are we doing?" Like, I'm sure they're in zone, but I was very scared. The big narrative, it's very cool, Mike, because I think a lot of Jet fans, whether they want to tank, whether they want to be great, everybody, for the most part, wanted to win today for Nick Mangold. Like, everybody got aboard the win train. And the thought of 0-17, we have been, and I was fighting with people on Twitter, I don't want to go 0-17. I don't want to have the single worst record in NFL history and be one of two winless teams, but we would be worse at 0-17. I did not want that. But the other thing about going 0-17 is you just don't get the first pick. And there's not a Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck in this draft. You have 3 to 4 quarterbacks that are fighting week over week every Saturday to find out who's on top. So you don't have that clear-cut one. And if you go 0-17, that means your entire team is so far away, not just one position. If you're 0-17, your pass protection is bad. You can't run block. You have no weapons to create plays. Your quarterback is bad. Your defense is bad. If you go 0-17 and draft Fernando Mendoza 1, which is perfectly fine, you can draft him 1. Is he going to change the team next year to win 10 games? It might take 3 years to get back if you're that bad of a team. Yeah. So there's a balance. You want to get a top pick. You do. But you also don't want to be the worst team ever. And the Jets thankfully won a football game today. I could not go 0-17.
100%. And we talk about it all the time. These are actual dudes. It's like have you ever done anything and just lost 17 times in a row? It's very horrible. I don't even know. I don't even know what an analogy would be. But, even like guys like Braylon Allen is live tweeting the game today. Like so excited. He's like, I'm so happy right now. You know what? You have to also buy into some of these messages. Like, to your point again, you're not going to go from 0 to 10 wins. Like, you need to build towards something. You need to win games. You need to feel validation that what you're doing and what you're working on during the week is actually working. And you come out and you play a good game. And again, Matt, we talked about it as well. I tweeted out this week that the Jets had because I'm sick of seeing the 0-17 shit. This is the stuff we always talk about. Like, people at work, no idea what they're talking about. Like, fuck you, the Jets are going to lose all 17 games. I'm like, probably not. Especially because they lost 2 games on long game-winning field goals. They should have had a chance to attempt a game-winning kick against the Broncos. Fields could have hit Garrett Wilson on the out route. So, you're not going to sit here and just lose every single game. And also, you're not going to lose every single close game. So, kudos to the Jets for pulling one out. Feels a lot better. It's just got to feel way better in that locker room, too.
Yeah, it's a weight off everybody's shoulders. And Aaron Glenn, I was very nervous after the game that we were going to get, well, I told you guys it's about the process.
I
And
didn't listen to the conference. Was he being normal?
it was 10 out of 10. It was perfect. It was perfect. It was, Justin had a lot of stuff said about him. He balled out and played great. The players made plays. It's not good enough. We obviously have to play better. We can't give up 38 points, but when it mattered, we made the plays, and we need to be better week over week. It was like a very normal press conference.
Pretty good.
I was terrified we were going to get a little bit more. Now, Mike, I do have a gift for you.
Oh,
Mike turned 29
that's right.
this month. And every year moving forward, I get Mike a Jet player that had that jersey number. Who did I get you? Was for 28? Curtis?
Curtis Martin is a beautiful Curtis Martin jersey. Yeah.
Oh, was it green?
Yeah, it's in my closet right here.
I
Oh, come
hold
on.
a jersey for you.
Come
You want to
on.
guess the player and uniform?
I'm gonna guess. Oh wow, maybe because you're wearing this. I'm gonna guess Bilal Powell Titans.
It is very close. We have a Titans. Leon Washington.
Oh, that is a gorgeous jersey, Matt. You should not have. Unbelievable. That's really nice.
I got you, buddy. I'm very excited for you to wear it.
Titans Leon Washington. Wow. Ran behind our boy Mangold with all those great teams.
We got to do a full Nick Mangold appreciation video because, dude, watching, you just felt just having him there was a position for a decade you didn't have to worry about. You're like, oh, we have a top tier center and he's going to be there forever.
Anchor of multiple great lines. I mean, the 2008-2009 line of DeBrick, Faneca, Mangold, Brandon Moore, Damian Woody.
And if you haven't, you got to go listen to Rex Ryan, Damian Woody, and past coaches and players talk about Nick Mangold. Even the Barstool guys, Nick Mangold was very close with Barstool. Every Barstool personality came out today, and they were like, when Nick Mangold was in the office, it was the best day ever. And he took that with him, family, friends, off the field, great ambassador for the team, on the field, amazing player. And the Jets won for him.
I saw a bunch of players tweet out. Revis, Cromartie, the Sanchez tweet was really sad. Woody, you mentioned, but he also just whew.
Somebody tweeted, how did Mark Sanchez send the tweet? I go, he's not in jail. He got arrested, released, and now has a court hearing.
Yeah.
He's not.
You could use his phone for the next couple of months.
Yeah. Happy Mason Taylor got more targets today. Rucker had a big catch. Brees Hall was great. Isaiah Davis 50 plus.
You know who was good, Matt? Isaiah Williams looked really good today. I thought.
He had pop. Man. And that's all you can ask for in an 0-17. 0-7 team is just to have players play with energy. And there was a moment the Jets were down 14, and Brees Hall had a big run, and he just kind of threw the ball to the ref, no excitement. I thought it felt like at the time the team was flat, and they started to really rally once they scored. And you went for 2. You did the new math in the NFL, and I was talking to the people I was with. The new math and why you go for 2 when you're down 14 is that I think the conversion rate on 2-point is 57%. And the argument
7%, yeah.
The argument is you're going to get one of the 2.
Right.
And if you get the first one, you win on an extra point like you did there. Nick Folk, again, perfect on the year. Crazy how good he is.
Dude, he's been unbelievable. What's this? And then they showed the stat, or they said the stat. He hasn't missed from inside 40 since 2017.
Yeah, I think it's a 78 field goal streak, most in the NFL active.
What a great signing. And the punter's been great too, even though he had that was one of the decisions I didn't love today. By the way, I love the way 2 things that Aaron Glenn does that I absolutely love. I love his clock management at the end of halves, other than throwing Hail Marys, which is insane. But he tries to get the ball back every single time, which is, I think, very smart. Gain some extra possessions. Even though the Jets' offense hasn't been great before, in the last 2 minutes, but you got to get those possessions. And then I think he's been very good aggressively challenging plays.
Yeah,
just challenge shit. I think I would use all my challenges, especially in the first half. You don't want to use both your challenges in the first half because you need one later in the game. But I was saying I would be more aggressive in the first half challenging, and I think he is. Because why not? You lose a timeout, it's not devastating.
He had the one moment though where he called a timeout to consider challenging it. That made me want
Yeah,
to lose my mind.
we always hate that. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. But all right, now you go, right? And again, if you want to lose, if you want to go 3-14, 4-13, Jets pick top 5, I'm not going to argue with you. I do want to see the players get better and better each week, and you get demoralized if you lose every week. And then you said it perfectly. It's not just, I always think about the players. You're like, the coach's install has to be working for the team to buy in.
Yeah.
And if you can win a game and score 39 points without your 2 best receivers, and defensively, past 2-3 weeks, you looked competent.
Yep.
You can merge this system together with better players and maybe be a fighting chance and not as bad as they've looked thus far.
Yep, and Matt, we talked about a lot in the first 5 or 6 weeks of the year when the offense was playing pretty well and the defense wasn't. This is the kind of game that you're specifically trying to play, where you said like Fields within like the 200 to 250 yard range, even if he throws for a few less yards, and you just run the ball down people's throat, keep them off balance with the quarterback run. It happened in the Bills game. They played the offense played well in the Dolphins game as well. So there are games. I think there was one more game the Jets played decent offense this year. The Bucks game, not really. But when you're in like the 400-yard offense territory, the Jets had about 500 yards of offense today, just about. So kudos to Tanner Engstrand, because again, like we make these jokes about the wide receiver core. If you go into a game with your receivers, Allen Lazard, Tyler Johnson, Isaiah Williams, and Arian Smith, and you come out with 500 yards of offense, like very impressive. And there's an identity there that you finally got to see. And to your point, Matt, if they could just put it together with the defense, like you're winning some of these games, you can just run the ball down people's throats.
Yeah. I think it feels good to actually have a game and win. And Tanner Engstrand, we want him to be like the new young offensive coordinator. That's good. I don't know if Steve Wilks survives year end, but we know we want Tanner Engstrand to be good and be able to pair him with a young quarterback, most likely.
Yeah.
I did have one more take before.
If you can't think of it real quick, I like the stat they put up of because Zach Taylor started his career 0-11, the Bengals coach, and they put the list, and it's like all good coaches, which is hilarious. It was like Zach Taylor was 0-11. I think Shanahan was 0-7 or 8. Dan Campbell was 0-10-1. So you got to, hopefully it's brewing.
Yep. And I'm still obviously team draft a quarterback. Justin Fields can be here next year. Yeah. The dead cap we'll talk about in a whole nother video.
The dead cap makes no sense. Unless we're missing something. We have to bring on a cap guy.
I think I know it.
But Matt, also, like, why there was the chance the Jets could have eaten all of Rodgers' dead money this year, and they didn't do it.
I don't get it.
We have like $30 million in cap space doing nothing.
I think they always think the cap goes up like 8% or whatever the number is, that the numbers would be like equivalent anyway. I don't get it.
They can't. Yeah, but no, it doesn't make any sense. But then just do it this year if you're not going to use the money. Fine. If they used all the money, that's still. If they kept Devontae Adams, sure. Then spread Aaron Rodgers, and not that he would have stayed here. Who the fuck knows? But spread the money out.
Yes. We'll see. Holy shit! I can't believe they won. If you made it this far, subscribe. We always follow back on Twitter. Mike, into the bye week. You've been getting more hate than usual on Twitter because you've been more optimistic than most fans. And when you put out the tweet today that Jets would score 31,
people lost their minds.
30 replies. I want you to go back to each one and be like,
"Yeah,
what's up?"
There's like these ridiculous Twitter like DM group chats.
Oh, you're getting killed in all of them.
People just add us to, and then we mute. Like it's fun every once in a while. Look, but they're crazy. The amount of messages in these chats.
Every time I see someone come at you, I'm in most of them with you. I just I'll defend Mike till I die. You want to talk about Mike? What?
But it's funny. I usually am not responsive in these chats, or I know you aren't either. Sometimes we'll just pick a day and do it. And then I just had randomly looked in one. I think you also put it in in my side chat. and someone was like just talking so much shit. Like they put my tweet in there, like the Jets were gonna score 31, and they're like, "NYJ Mike is a fake person. Like this guy's a loser." And I was like, "Come on, dude." He's
Industry
like, "Oh
plant
shit."
robot.
Yeah.
I tell people like you probably have green goggles on sometimes, self-aware. You'll put your hand up and be like, yeah, I'm way too positive here.
Yeah.
But I'd rather that than I hope we lose every game so we can draft
Yeah.
a quarterback that most people didn't know. Like I know I watch college football religiously. I am convinced anybody on Twitter that puts out a clip is like they see one clip of Ty Simpson, they're like, you gotta draft him. Like Dan Orlovsky, like I know he watches tape. I went through. He calls game on Saturdays, and he's never called a Ty Simpson, Indiana game. He hasn't called Oregon game, and he's like Ty Simpson's by far QB1. It's like how Dan, how can you say that? Did you watch any of the other quarterbacks? You don't call their games. You don't study them. You work on ESPN during the week. I get it. How does he know that Ty Simpson's number one by far?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
It's tough. You know, listen to Dan.
I got in a little battle on Twitter, Mike.
What?
Julian Galantre, I believe his name is.
Oh, you smoked him.
Good Yankee fan. I give him credit. He's a hustler. He's in minor league stadiums interviewing people. He just tweeted out he's going to be a Lions fan. And I told him, I said, look, I don't think that's like brave of you to do. I think that's kind of lame. Him and I went back and forth. I don't think he's a bad guy, but you just can't switch teams. And then he started following all these Lions accounts. So Julian probably, like, he seems like a nice guy, not happy with me. I think it's lame to leave that team. I got to see if he tweeted about the Jets because they're 1-0. I might tweet that 1-0 since Julian isn't here.
I mean, you can't jump ship. And also, look at all these other teams for all these years that struggled. The Lions. I think one of your points to him was like, all right, yeah, now if the Lions go into a rebuild, are you going to jump ship again and be like a Chiefs fan? And then, like, if Mahomes retires, you're going to change to whoever's good at that point. Like,
I'll
it's
give
just
you a good tweet. 1-0. The other one is John Frescella, I believe. John has gone back and forth with me on a ton of items. I called him out one time for claiming Newmark was the GM of the Jets. He got very mad and said that I only replied to his fake news story because he had more followers than me. And I had to point out to him the other day that he had 160,000 followers in September. He now has 85,000. So how did 72,000 followers just disappear almost like they weren't real and then Twitter purged them? He came at me first.
It could be a coincidence.
It could be a coincidence, but it was a fun week on Jets Twitter, capped off with a brutal, brutal news story this morning with Nick Mangold passing, and then just a glimmer of positivity with the Jets winning this game in honor of 74. Crazy weekend. Absolutely crazy. But, Mike, anything else before we wrap up?
Are you going to go to the Browns game?
No.
I'm going to go.
Go.
Could be
Take a
2-0.
girl. Take the ticket.
Could be 2-0 in our last two.
All good. They're great when I don't go to home games. You know that.
That's right.
They're fantastic when I don't go.
Browns have a pretty good defense. Maybe we'll see Mr. Sanders in that game. And I'm not talking about Emmanuel.
Stefanski said no.
Really?
They have a bye week, and they go, Dylan Gabriel will start after the bye.
Wow. Maybe we won't see Mr. Sanders.
Oh, AFC East 4-0 today. Very scary that Drake May has been playing at an MVP level. Terrific. The Bills shit down Carolina's throats in Carolina.
Yep.
And the Dolphins, who I took today, I don't think the Dolphins are as bad as everybody says they are, handle business against the back cornerback in Atlanta. So 3 of the 4 AFC East teams win on the road, and the other team winning at home. Good week for the AFC Beast.
Yeah, Matt, we are officially at the point in the season where like teams have to win games. Yeah. So again, to your point, like Dolphins game, they're gonna win some of these games, you know, and they have talented players, and Tua is a real quarterback, has led the league in yards before. And that was another reason why I thought the Jets 0-17 stuff was just ridiculous. Like playing close games, the Jets had lost their last 10 games decided by 6 or less. It's just unsustainable. It just feels good. It feels a lot better, Matt. I'm happy. The players, I'm sure, are happy. Have a dub.
I do have a question for you, and I want to tweet this out, but it's very hard to word it and put a poll in there. Would you rather Woody Johnson gets canned for gambling and cannot own the team anymore and needs to sell ownership, or Josh Allen, Drake May, those two guys get canned for gambling and can't play in the NFL anymore?
That's a great question. I think I would take much rather is a strong word, but I would take Josh Allen and Drake May
to be barred.
Gone. Yeah.
I originally had it with also Mahomes in there. I think it made it too easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a great question. I'm going to throw it out.
That is a good question. It's not, and people are probably, there's obviously going to be some people that say Woody, and I just would disagree. I'll take one more chance. Get that guy out of here. Get those two guys out of here. Draft a quarterback. You think we could somehow get Brick Johnson? We could lure him into a poker game.
No, I think it's interesting. Like if my dad owned a team and I was in college and I got to take over the team one day, it'll be great. That's why the Jets need a VP of football operations, and that is Aaron Glenn. That is Aaron Glenn's job on top of being a coach. You just need to keep Woody out of everything and say, Woody, you're going to open up your pocketbook every weekend. Like when we want to sign guys, cash deals, restructure contracts, that's your job, and stay out of everything else. And then you have to put it on the team.
It is a good thing. It seems like Woody really likes Glenn as a guy, based even through, because Woody will just clearly say whatever he's actually thinking. So Woody came out and said, I hug Aaron Glenn every week. He's the guy, blah, blah, blah. So if Woody really respects and likes Glenn, will be a good thing for us moving forwards.
Yep. All right, buddy. Come on.
I'm feeling good. The Mangold stuff is so sad, man.
The worst.
Oh.
I want to see what the Jets do for him. That's the only reason I might go to the Browns game. Or the Jets have. They probably will have a patch maybe for him throughout the rest of the year.
We'll have a drink.
I don't want to go to the game.
We'll eat some chicken tenders. You know what I mean?
You can go on a date. Take a lovely girl.
I can't. Busy that day.
All right, buddy.
Go Jets.
Have a good night.